start by telling you that human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has urged President Bola Tinubu to take direct responsibility for tackling Nigeria's widespread poverty rather than shifting the task to state governors. He referenced Tinubu's comments to APC governors about rising public discontent and argued that the federal government should prioritize funding and implementing effective social welfare programs. Falana highlighted the need for all 36 states to adopt the National Social Investment Program Agency Act. He criticized the government for allocating 32.7 billion naira to social investment in 2025, which he deemed insufficient, especially when compared to the 39 billion naira reportedly spent upgrading the International Conference Center, calling instead for a focus on policies that improve citizens' lives. And now Professor Simeon Nnah joins us to unpack the call on President Bola Tinubu to take the lead by example in tackling poverty. And of course, he is a current affairs analyst. Professor Nnah, thank you so much for joining us on the news.
Thank you. Good evening.
So the president or the governors, who is not doing enough in stemming the economic hardship faced by Nigerians?
Both the president and the governors are not doing enough. Honestly, they are not. Consider the amount that being shared between the states and the local governments. The last fact, they shared 11.195 trillion. Now, if you have that kind of money, what are the states doing to alleviate poverty? They are doing practically nothing. You know, like I said the last time, you discover that each time they get this money from FAC, 2-3 days later, the cost of dollar will rise in the market because they just go exchange this money to dollar, they'll pay salaries, do few roads, and then the local government. I've been talking about this because I don't know what the federal government is doing. Actually, I don't know, because there was an executive bill that the local government should be announced. The governors went to court. The local state was autonomous. The local governments are still the benefit of state jobs. So this it doesn't trickle down to the local government. They just pay salaries of local government officials and maybe give the chairman pocket money. And at the end of the day, the state governments to hold back these funds. Yeah, the head of state is right by saying that the states should make sure that these things trickle down to the masses. But in doing so, he should lead by example. He should begin to exemplify the things he's telling them. Now, a situation where you are spending just, like you rightly said, 32.7 billion for the next NSIP. That is the money budgeted. We don't even know how much will be given. We don't even know who and who will get this money. Because we say it's going to go to 133 million Nigerians. How do we generate? We've been asking questions. How was this register? How was these names collected in this register? They are not giving us a lowdown of how they got these poor people. And we have seen situations in this country where these funds are being mismanaged. Now, if you compare that to the 39 billion used to renovate, to renovate a building in Abuja. And then you look at the budget, the current budget, being padded by over 11,122 projects. Mark my words, 11,122 projects padded in the current budget. And this will amount to 6.93 trillion. I don't know any state of the federation that has that budget. That is what they use, that's the part they have on the current budget.
Okay.
So where are we going from here? Where are we going from here? Even the states are not doing better. And we had how much was budgeted for CCTV cameras. And we just had that. We didn't even know that in 2024, Sim Fubara budgeted 70 billion for the same purpose, and about 58 billion had already been spent on that same project. That they are budgeting another 24 billion this time around.
Professor,
so where are we going from here?
Yes, I understand how passionate you are about this mismanagement of funds, as you've actually put it. So if these are the issues at the national and subnational levels, should we be looking at the local governments now, probably the full implementation of financial autonomy to these local governments? Can that solve the problem?
I've been shouting my voice squares. Look, this local government has to be autonomous by any means possible. I don't know. We have laws, we have courts that don't enforce laws. You know, the head of state had made it was first an executive order that the local government was autonomous. Now, when the state government did not agree with it, the state government went to court and the Supreme Court. In fact, I'm not a lawyer, but I know the sources through which we can get our laws in this country. It is either through the Constitution, which is a grand law, or through legislation, or through executive orders like the head of state have given, or through the courts. And the courts and the executive order has been given on this issue, and nobody is implementing, and nothing is happening. So where are we going from here? The head of state should stop, this rhetoric, because it's not taking us anywhere.
Okay.
They should move and get these governors to comply to this, or find a way. Even sitting there for Obasanjo did it, and nothing happened. Although the Supreme Court said it's not right for him to seize the funds of his state, but if that is the solution, why don't we implement that?
All right, Professor Nnah, now the legal luminary, that is Femi Falana, also talked about funding existing welfare programs. But according to government, cash have been disbursed to households, businesses, and students severally under different schemes. So are these funds also being mismanaged, despite the fact that they are social welfare packages?
You said it all. They are being mismanaged. What led to the removal of Betty Edu? Is it a mismanagement of the funds? Were you not here during the COVID when they told us how many billions they were using to feed people in their homes? You see, these funds are being mismanaged. That's why some of us are calling for the register. How did you generate the names of these people? Recall the issue that the current Minister of Aviation, when he was Minister of Labour, had with the National Assembly. You know, when funds were to be disbursed through the NDE, and he was insisting he's going to disburse the funds, and they said no, we have to go through constituencies. The National Assembly will say no, we have to disburse this fund. But we understand these things. These funds are being mismanaged. There's no two ways about it. Okay. It doesn't get to the people that need it. But let me say this. There is no country in the world that dashes people money and you think it can work. It doesn't work that way. Let this money be given out to people as loan to support their businesses. And then the businesses will, as the business begin to do well, the families will do well too. When you dash somebody money, you see, there's this common saying, don't give somebody fish, teach the person how to fish, and that's the way to go. You must teach Nigerians how to fish, not this feeding bottle economy. The state, the governors will carry their feeding bottle every month and run to Abuja, and you expect every Nigerian equally to be carrying their bottle to go to governors and go to local government to be begging for funds. No. This palliative economy is not working.
Okay, so you have discredited the increase in allocations to states. You've also discredited social policies based on mismanagement. And you've talked about teaching Nigerians how to fish. In what sense? Yes.
I said it. Let this money be given to people that need it for loans, so to start up businesses, to encourage them in their businesses. That is what it should be meant for, not dashing people money. How can it be that? Are you Father Christmas? What will you be dashing? How long will you continue to dash the money?
But monies have been given to small businesses, SMEs in Nigeria in the last 2 years.
The trader money, is it not? The trader money. Yes. Now, my question is, have you observed how that money was given? Towards the election, they will go and ask for your APC card, and they give us. Is that the way to go? What we are saying is that there are people that need these funds. Let them apply for it, and government will disburse the funds. And people that will collect this fund must be known. Not that during the election, you now go and APC card and you dash them money and you say that is trader money and that is how to no. That's not my idea of encouraging small businesses. There are ways for small businesses to get this money through there's back of industry, and through that they know the right channel, how to apply. Or even the commercial banks, these bonds can be pushed to commercial banks, specially meant for small scale traders, and it will be so. And they will go there and obtain these rules, and they make sure, see, anything you don't confer benefit, anything that you do not work for does not confer benefit on you. That's a fact. Market, anything that is dashed doesn't confer any benefit on you. It's only things that you work for that confers benefit on you. So people should be able to work for their money, not the one you dash people money. It's not working.
But then, Professor Nnah, you know, we still have issue with a comprehensive database that should have the information of all these recipients of these so-called interventions.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a major challenge.
I'm saying now. I've asked the question: how did they generate the register they are using? How did they generate that register? That has been a question that government have failed to answer. They have failed to answer that question since 2021-22. That question has been ringing bell. Give us the modus operandi of how you obtain the names in that register. And they are not giving us. They are not telling us we have 132 poor Nigerians that were giving the money. How do you determine a poor person? Is it written on their faces? No. There must be a methodology. There must be a way through which you generate these poor people. And they'll be known in the society as people that are poor. And we're saying, don't dash money. It doesn't work. Give people money to start up businesses. Support them, ensure that they have a business that will be supported. Not just dashing people money. It will not work. No matter how much you dash them, tomorrow they will come for another dash. That is why this palliative is not working.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Simeon Nnah, for your contributions on the news. We hope that the Nigerian government will get it right at some point. It was nice talking to you.